And this is, by the way, this is the longest path. In the project. Okay, that's how you define it. And to understand this, you have to understand this node. This is critical path node. And we have this. And here we are going to put the name of the task. Okay, and this one is called early start. And this is early finish. And this is called late start and late finish. And I'm going to say again, early start, and this early finish. And we have late start and late finish. And we can say that there are two methods, forward method, and backward method. These are two methods that we are going to be using. Forward method is EF equals ES plus activity time. Activity time. And ES equals max of multiple ESs. Okay, so that's what it is. And backward method is LS equals LF. So late start equals late finish minus activity time. And late start, actually late finish equals minimum of late starts. These are the things that you have to remember, and we have to do the thing together. So let me see. Okay, now I want to use this space. Somehow I can. So let's do this together. So now look at the PowerPoint screen then that you have a screen. You have took a picture, and I'm going to be using that to do this. Oh my. Okay, so let's go here. So if you look at the activity, if I briefly write it down, okay, task A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So this is project, term project example, and duration was 1 2, 1, 2, 1, 4, 2, and H, we have H1. And predecessor is, we don't have this predecessor, and A, B, A, C, D, and D and E, D and E, F and G, and there's a resource for that. So if you have this one, then now we have to start from, say, this node, right? This is node, and say, yeah, I have A, so this is A, and then I have B here, because I'm writing down there because it does not have any predecessor. So B is over there, and I'm gonna also write down here. A, it takes 1 week, so duration is 1 week, and B, it takes 2 weeks, duration 2 weeks. And then we have C here, okay, here's a C, and we learned that from this table. C takes 1 week, and D, we have D here, D takes 2 weeks, and the predecessor for C is A, so I'm gonna draw arrow like that, and the predecessor of D is B, so again, here's the arrow. And now E is ACD, so over here, this is E, and A and C and D, A, C, D, so their predecessors right there, F, D, and E. So now F is here, F, and D and E, D and E. And G is F, okay, G is here, and predecessor is F, and then G, H is over there. G takes 2 weeks, F takes 4, 2, H takes 1 week, and E, it takes 1 week. So here's the network diagram of these tasks. So I see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and G has to come over here first. So that's the network diagram that we have drawn so far. And now I'm going to be working on the task duration. So we are going to now first start with the forward method. Okay, forward method, I said we are going to start from early start to early finish, and that's upward. So early start, as I said, here is that, and then early start, early finish, and late start, late finish. That's what we need to do. And now I'm going to start here 0, because the earliest week that I can start is week 0. And early finish of task A is going to be 1, because early start plus activity time is 1 week. You can take however many weeks you want for finding team members, right? That's a task A, finding team members. Finding team members. You can take however much time, but the fastest you can do is it takes 1 week. So you say, yeah, it'll take 1 week. So my early start is 0 and early finish is week 1, I'm gonna get it done. That's the earliest time that I can get that done. And B is searching for a company to do a project. So, finding a company. Finding company is B. Yeah, I don't necessarily have to have a team to find a company. I can find it myself. So the earliest time you can start is at week 0, and it takes 2 weeks for you to do that. And so early finish is going to be 2. Now, if you go to C, C is team role assignment. This is role assignment. Role assignment. Role assignment. So role assignment. Now I know that C, its predecessor is A. In other words, you cannot assign a role to your team members unless you have team members, right? So you have to first form a team, and then you have to assign the team members. So the earliest time you can actually assign the role is actually week 1. So now 1 goes, because after you do to form a team, then you can, assign a role. So I'm going to say here, the earliest time is at week 1 after the team is formed. And then it takes about 1 week for me to form a team and then assign the role. So 1 plus 1, 1 plus the activity time, and that gives you 2. Right? So early finish, I can get it done. I can get it done later. However, the earliest time I can get it done is at week 2. And similarly, you can do for B, the D is set up an interview or visit with the facility. So after finding a team member, and B is finding a company. If you found a company, then now what you can do is you can set up an interview with that company. So the earliest time you can do is after finding the company at week 2. Maybe you spent 2 weeks you spent 2 weeks to do that. So 2 plus 2 gives you 4, and that is setting up an interview with the facility. And then now we come to E. E is important because we have 3 predecessors for E, right? A and C and D. And I said, what did I say? When you are using early or forward method, your early start has to be what? Maximum of early finishes, right? That's what I said. Maximum of early finishes. So you have 2, right? Early finish is 2, and then 4 here, and then A is 1, right? So E is team meeting to discuss the meetings after the visit. So that can be done anytime. However, because you know that D has to be done first, and then you can move on to discuss the meeting and the meaning of that. So E is actually the early start has to be 4, not 2. Although there are 2 and 1 and 4 as early finishes, you have to choose 4 because you cannot get it started unless the interviews are already done. And then now F, you see F. F is writing a paper, and that it's a predecessor is D and E. D is setting up interview, and E is team meetings. And so 4 plus 1 is 5 here. And you have to choose which one is. So between 5 and 4, you have to choose 5 because that is the maximum. That's 5. And it takes 4 weeks for you to write the paper. So it's 9, right? So it's 9. And the rest is easy. So G is preparation for presentation, and the earliest time you can start is as soon as you are done with paper writing, you can start, and you can finish it in 2 weeks. So the earliest time you can finish is at week 11. And then now go to H. H can start at week 11, and it takes 1 week. So 12 weeks, right? So that's the earliest time you can finish your project. So if you work very hard, out of 16-week schedule, you can get it done at week 12. That's what this is saying. So here, I want to emphasize that I chose 4 here because 2 and 1 and 4 you compared and you chose max of early finishes, right? So that's, you have many early finishes and then you choose max EFs. That's what happened there. And now let's work with backward method. Now backward method, if I remind you, we start from backward. So we start from the earliest time I can start, or earliest time I can finish, I'm sorry, the latest time I can finish this project is 12. That's what you're saying. So I can finish any time. However, since this project can take only 12 weeks, why not me start at week 12, right? So I'm going to just start at, I'm going to finish my work at week 12. And then late start is the latest time I can start this work to get it done at week 12 is 11, right? Because 12 minus 1 is 11. And then it goes to the next one here, G. And we know that the latest time we can finish this one is at week 11. And the latest time I can start this work to finish at week 11 is at week 9, right? So 11 minus 2 gives you 9. And then I'm going to go to F. F says the latest time that I can finish is at week 9, and then 9 minus 4 gives you 5, right? So that is good. Now 5 goes to either D and E. So you can write here 5, right? And the latest time you can start is 5 minus 1 is 4 over there. And then this one also goes to D, and that is 5. And 5 minus 2 is 3, right? And then 4 now goes to C. So C here, and then it's going to be 3. And then look at here. So this place, we see that we have multiple early starts coming over there, and you are going to use minimum of LSs, right? So between 4 and 3, the latest time I can finish my work is actually 3, because you have to pick the lower value, and 3 minus 1 is 2 here. And similarly, now so here I made a mistake here. Let me use this. Okay, so here we see that 5. Let me see. So we have 4 and 5 coming into this place. So, and we have to choose minimum of 4 and 5, and therefore we have to choose here 4, because minimum of that is 4, and 4 minus 2 is 2 here, and then 2 goes here and 0. And if you have done that, now you are ready to find the slack. Okay, slack equals late finish minus early finish. Okay, late finish minus early finish is slack, and here we can see slack equals 3 minus 1 equals 2. In other words, you have 2 weeks of slack, and you don't have to really get it done urgently, but you can take advantage of 2 weeks of slack. And this one is S equals 2 minus 2 equals 0. So you don't have any slack for that. This one, slack equals 2. This one, slack equals 0. Slack equals 0. Slack equals 0, 0, 0. So now, critical path is where there is no slack. So when S is 0, it's a slack. The path is on the critical path. So I can say that this one and this is the path, so critical path. So I want to say critical path equals, you start from B and it goes to D and then E and F and G and H. That's critical path at H, and the length is 11 weeks. So it takes 11 weeks, and critical path is B to 0, D to E to B, D, E, F, G, H is the critical path for this case. That's how I would solve this question. And this is critical path method.